In the city of Melbourne, Unite, a union fighting for the rights of fast food and retail workers, was contacted by several 7-Eleven employees who were being paid only $9 an hour, far below the minimum wage of $14.31. Many had not been paid for training and were working long shifts without breaks. When Unite looked into the case, it found that this situation wasn't restricted to that one store. Across the centre of Melbourne are dozens of 7-Eleven franchises ripping off their employees. Some are in fact paying as little as $8 an hour. Unite has launched a string of protests against 7-Eleven, demanding that its franchises start adhering to the law. On 2nd of October, Unite called its third protest against 7-Eleven outside this store in Melbourne's Swanston Street.
Because I tell you what, if you let a big we're from Unite, we're a trade union for fast food and retail workers, and we've been approached recently by a group of 7-Eleven workers who've complained to us that they're only being paid as little as $8 and $9 an hour. We decided that this was a big scandal that was going on right in the heart of the CBD. We're in a situation where this multinational company, the biggest convenience store chain in the world, a company that turned over $1.3 billion last year, has literally stolen thousands and thousands of dollars off their workers.
Many 7-Eleven workers are international university students here on restricted visas and are worried about speaking openly about their exploitation.
So most of 7-Eleven's workforce is made up of international students. International students in Australia are subjected to a restriction on their labour market mobility that means they can only work 20 hours a week during semester, which generally forces them into the lowest paid, most precarious forms of employment, restaurant work, service station stuff, the taxi industry. Unite's kind of taken a position that not only do we want a minimum wage for international students, it's the legal minimum, but also to campaign against the 20-hour restriction, because it's the 20-hour work restriction that really makes it difficult for international students to make the money to pay their fees, their very high international student fees, to pay the high rents in Melbourne. They don't get transport concession cards like most students, so there's all sorts of factors that contribute to a really precarious financial situation for international students while they're here.
Because then, who's next, ladies and gentlemen? The Subway workers, the McDonald's workers, the Safeway workers. We're all in this together, ladies and gentlemen, and we need to take a stand together. Because if we don't, we'll be in a race to the bottom. We can't let these dodgy employers be paying people $8 an hour, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute disgrace.
Several weeks ago, Unite called another action outside this 7-Eleven petrol station. Young workers and activists successfully blockaded the store for an hour. Unite has begun talks with 7-Eleven's head office. The head office has said that they don't support any franchisee breaking the law, but so far they haven't put these words into action. Unite has said that protests like this will continue until 7-Eleven agrees to sign a charter of workplace rights for all 7-Eleven employees.